Okay, so today I'm going to tell you about the Bootstrap and how we can get the Bootstrap and we can customize it. Okay, so in this folder structure, we know why we were having style.css externally and how we were integrating that particular style file into the HTML and also like image files and HTMLs and so many things we discussed about. And moreover, we need to understand like we need to use link tag for the CSS and the script tag for the script JS files, and all other things will be anyway images will have image tags and all these things, right? But the most important part is the path. So how we were always use the path is relative path. Relative path means not full path of the particular resource where it stays in the computer, but it is the little bit less path. Why? Because where this file, this HTML present, from there we put the path. That's all. For example, my HTML is stay here. Then from here, I wanted to put the paths for the folder. Like from here, I can see the CSS folder and styles.css. And also from here, I can able to see the IMG folder and sanmoon JPG. That means what? From here, I can directly put dot slash means from here you take it up and CSS and style.css like that. So the paths always start from the place where you are. So that it will be that is what is called relative path. What is the path? It's a relative path, and how we can able to talk about relative paths and all these things we were discussed. And any questions are there? You can any time you can able to discuss. Now let me just copy the quick startup of the Bootstrap so that we can start with the customization. And that's most important thing. The Bootstrap customization is the most important thing for a UI developer because always we deal with this kind of very much libraries and we customize all this. Okay, customization in the sense what the existing whatever is there that change it to the according to our requirement. For example, the Bootstrap is having huge set of components, right? Those components we have to take it and we need to customize to our requirement. So let me copy the CDN only for us. And if you observe here, this is the link. Why this is link? Because this is CSS file which we are including. Since it is a CSS file we are including, we have to use link tag. That's what we did, right? The external CSS, if you wanted to import, we were always uses the link tag, and there is the href, and then the rel is style sheet. That is the same thing they were given here. Okay, but the only thing is the Bootstrap CSS is not in our particular location, but it's somewhere in the CDN location. That means content directory network location, which is stay in the somewhere in the server. For example, I just copy this. For now, I wanted to integrate the Bootstrap into my index.html. So I just wanted to copy and paste it out there. And if you copy and paste it there, this is a link tag. And also I copy one of them, which is source, see, script tag. Script src tag for using a JS file inclusion. So for example, I have a external JS file. I wanted to use it in my HTML. I can use script tag and src and is equal to and put the particular location of the JS file so that it will be integrated to our HTML. Let me copy that as well and put it for now. Okay. Now, if you see that, we can able to observe over here, and it is the most important that you need to understand which actually HTML has been integrated, because this Bootstrap and things like that will be able to only work wherever you include it. Because in one HTML, if I included only in that HTML it work, even though the other HTML is there, since I'm not included that, it is not going to work, right? Because I did not included the Bootstrap in this HTML. So if you try to use it here, some Bootstrap structures, it won't work because it is not included. That's what you need to be very careful while you're dealing with this kind of things. Now, currently we are using index.html. Let me just delete this because we don't want to create any confusion. I've been deleted the particular thing. We have only one HTML, which is index.html, and I have been included the CSS and JS file. Now, you need to be very careful because while you are including your Bootstrap or any files, this is the most important thing is you need to know the order. Order means what? Which file is first, which file is next. That was the most important because your file is also there, which is style.css. That has to be always after the Bootstrap. Okay. Even though if you have any JavaScript files, that is also always you need to understand. First, you need to get the frameworks things has to be loaded, because always load will happen from the start to bottom, top to bottom only. At that particular time, if your CSS is depends on the Bootstrap CSS, it should be the Bootstrap CSS should be the first it has to load. Later, your CSS has to load. So the order is most important while you are including. That is the most important thing. If you put your CSS first and Bootstrap next, you'll get so many errors, so many problems. So you always you need to remember one thing: the Bootstrap or any other frameworks files, if you are including, that is the first thing, first order you need to put it. All your own things, your own CSS files, your own JavaScript files, are always in the next phase, next line you have to put. Lines are the most important. Eighth line, ninth line, 10th line. It always starts from the top. You'll start from first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Like that, it is loading, right? At that particular time, first Bootstrap things are loaded. Then it will come for the your own CSS to load. That is the correct thing, because your own CSS sometimes overrides the Bootstrap CSS. That means what? Your own CSS is changing something on the Bootstrap CSS because you are going to customize it. Customizing in the sense what? Whatever the Bootstrap guys are given as it is. I don't want to use as it is because someone can understand it. You are using as it is the Bootstrap. So we change our own colors. We change our own widths. We have our own fonts, our own sizes, our own positions by applying something on the CSS on top of the CSS which is given by the Bootstrap. Okay. In that particular case, Bootstrap has to load first, then your own CSS has to. Bootstrap JavaScript has to load first, then your own JS file has to load. That order is most important. Only thing is you need to put first them and then second yours, like that. Any questions here? Any
No,
question?
sir. No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now let's save this and let's run this application. And where I'm saving it, I'm in the project folder in the SRC, and we have index HTML. Let me just open that in the browser, and you can see everything is loaded. However, I kept it. Let me open that particular HTML. Let me remove these all things. Later we'll come back because we were wanted to take the Bootstrap thing over there, and we have to understand first and foremost thing about the container. What is that? Container. Let me put one H1 hello world for now and save it, and let me go to the browser and running it, and you see that hello world is there. The container is having background color here. Let me delete everything for now because we just wanted to check the Bootstrap first. This is hello world. Okay. Now you need to understand one thing. There is two types of containers in Bootstrap. So what is a container? Because a container is a Bootstrap class. Container is having a Bootstrap class, guys. Your container is not this. That means what? The class name you given, you need to be very careful, because once you are using the CSS of Bootstrap guys also given some CSS classes, and you also keeping the same name to the CSS classes, then there is a clash between the Bootstrap and your own CSS. So, right, you need to be very careful. And container is a Bootstrap class. Container class is there in the Bootstrap. Now, let me check how I can understand whether it's a Bootstrap class or my class, which one is applying over there. You can inspect it. And I told you already, we were able to check with the paths and things like that, right? If the path is correct or not. Let me show you once again with the view source. You see that there is a link tag, a script tag, and everything. I just click on it, see what is happening there. That particular Bootstrap min.css got loaded, right? Since it is loaded, your path is correct. I am again and again I'm telling, whether it's Bootstrap or it's your own, whether it's a image or it's CSS or a JavaScript or HTML or anything, if you are keeping the path, you can able to click on the path. It has to be loaded as it is. If it is loaded, then your path is correct. If it is not loaded, then your path is not correct. That is why your things are not going to work. For example, your image is not going to show because the path is wrong. Your video not going to play. Your Bootstrap not going to load. Whatever is related to the path only, everything has to be, your path has to be corrected, and everything is external files, external resources. You are including into the HTML and you are using them. That's what I'm telling you. Whether it's a CDN or your own local, nothing, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything is a HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Whether you are keeping somewhere else or you are keeping in your local system. The path is correct. As long as path is correct, the browser will load it and it will start running. Are you getting, guys? Any questions? See that the min.js, I'll just take it. This is JavaScript. And you need to understand there is a min. Min in the sense minified. What is the meaning of it? Minified. Minified in the sense actually. Generally, we write the program line by line, next line, next line. That will take more white spaces. White space means what? The right side space of the file is called white space. Since that white space is more, your file size will increase. But computer don't want your white space. Computer know wherever you keep it. The program computer knows you write side by side also, it will work, right? JavaScript works side by side also. Semicolon is a separator is there. Semicolon, I put it side by side, it works. Like that only CSS also. Put side by side, it works. But because of our readability, we always keep next line, next line, next line, next line. Since that, the white space in the right side always see. I will going to show you the white space. This is the white space. Did you see that? Did you see that? There are so much white space there. Did you see the white space over there? This is blank. Nothing is there. Since my readability, I'm going had to only one is there. All remaining thing is white space. Since that white space occupies more memory, file sizes will increase, so that loading capacity will reduce. All these things are approved. That is why we got a solution called minified. What is that? Minified. Minified, if you do this minification, what will going to happen? Everything it will put into side by side and make it a small thing in single line, because it's very simple, right? You can put it in single line. Are you getting? So that no white space will be there, so that it loads faster, works as it is, no problem at all. Performance will be improved. That is why always we need to make it minified. Even our application, we made it minified, uglified, something. There are so many things we do. We cannot just see this is uglified. Did you see that? This is uglified. What is that? This is minified, right? Minified means side by side. Uglified means change the name. Names will be something like Narayana Santosh, variable name might be there. A function may be a get employee details, a big name. For your purpose, you did that. But the names of the characters, each and every character is 1 byte, it will occupy. So number of characters will occupy number of bytes. So if you reduce that, it will be easy. It will be reduce the size, right? Size reduces means always it will be load faster, improve performance, everything will happen. So that is why what will happen, we do the uglification. So two things we do generally while you are developing your application. What you do? Two things. First thing, minification. Second thing, uglification. Both you do, and then you go to the production. Directly, no one go to the production without doing it. Only in developer stage it looks like that. In developer stage only it looks like this. When it is going to the production, it won't be like this. Always into minified and uglified manner of it. Are you getting? I'm going to show you that we have an online minification and uglification. Online minification of JavaScript. Are you getting, guys? When you go this and put your JavaScript file, it will give you the equivalent minified file for you. You understand? That you can copy paste to your file, it will work as it is. Like that only HTML, everything we can do. And we have a tools that we don't want to go here and do it. Generally, we have a tool. Automatically library will take care. I'm just showing you here. You can online also, you can do that and you can check it out. Later, all these things will come because by default, Angular will give vast number of features along with Angular. Okay. You don't have to do any library things and all externally. Previously, we all depends on the external things. Nowadays, everything is included one package and so many things come into the picture. Later, we'll talk about it. But these all things are the most important thing. We need to know why the file name is become min.css, min.js, min.this. Why it is like that? Because it's a minified version. It is a minified version of the actual thing. Actual thing they develop normally, however we develop. But what they do while they give it to you, before giving to you, before putting into the CDN, they minified it and kept it there. That's why it is, because why they minified? It has to load faster. That is, you don't want to waste the memory and all. That's why they minified it. Are you getting, guys? These all things are the most important thing. Even though we are saying nobody knows about it, why it is like this, what is the meaning of it, all these things. So it's most important thing. We used to do that every time we do that. Every time we are doing it, and every whomever is developing, whomever is currently working on the Angular or different applications in the industry, they will also see and go and check these minifications are already happening, because Angular build will automatically taken care of it. You don't want to be aware of it because it's already automatic. Are you getting, guys? But it is there. That's what you need to be understood. Now, come back to our Bootstrap. Okay, we have been included the Bootstrap, and we were talking about the Bootstrap container. Let me just talk about the Bootstrap container. The Bootstrap is having two containers, guys. Bootstrap. Where is the official document? This one, right? And he said that, man, you said something. Where is the components? Documentation.
So go to quick start. There it is.
Uh, yeah. So if you see the container, guys, container is a bootstrap class. The dot means it's a class name, and you can understand that there are so many containers. Did you see that container fluid? Container fluid will get 100% width. Container will get not 100%, but the max width will be a little bit reduced. So the container and container fluid, all these classes will going to give you the how much will be the width actually it will take. See that container SM, container MD, container LG. SM means small screen. MD means medium, medium display, medium screens. LG means larger screens. XL means extra large screens. So whilst you are developing any application, guys, that application will open in a different devices nowadays. That might be a smaller mobiles or a bigger screens. Are you getting? So your application has to suitable for all kinds of devices, right? That is the resolution. To support each and every resolutions, Bootstrap, this kind of professional frameworks will always taken care. We need to understand it from the scratch. For that purpose only, these things are most important. Container is the ordinary thing which is suitable for normal desktop sizes, normal desktop laptop resolutions. But there might be a bigger monitors nowadays we are using, even larger screens we are using, and also smaller devices like mobiles and tabs we are using, right? Those things also needs to be used, and your application has to be fit properly. Otherwise, no one will use it. Are you getting? That's why the framework guys are come up with different solutions for it, and it will going to explain you what is the pixel size and all these things which is currently using over there. But simply what we can do, these are the container is the starting thing, guys. Okay. You develop anything, you should be under container. That means what? You start anything, first you will have a container and you start everything inside that. That is the thing you have to understand, the Bootstrap perspective, and everything should be inside the container. Whatever you do inside the container, you do that. Containers based on the mobile specifically, you can do it, or you will have generally we use container fluid. Container is the thing which is actually, let me put you the background color of it, you will understand. Container background print. Okay, generally container won't have any background. We keep it. Okay. Now let's run that. Where is it? Where is it? Is it here? I don't know, guys. Let me run it again. What happened? The background was not come. I've saved it, which is container. Let's write HTML, div container, put something there. Otherwise, the div won't work actually. Now you see that. Did you see that? Did you see that? This much width it will take. The container takes little less width of the screen. So this is the width generally the container takes. You see the white space here. Guys, you are seeing it or not? Let me change
Yes,
it to
sir.
the
We are able.
container fluid. What is the spelling? Container FLUID fluid. Now let's run that. See what happened. You see that it taken actually 100%. The fluid we did not apply the background color. Na? We applied for container class, not container plate. It's a different class, so background color gone. But yeah, you check that how much width now. It is actually width 100%. So fluid takes 100% width. Container takes little bit less width. By default, that's how the container works and nothing else much. But you should have a container. If you have a container, that would be good. Actually, it take care of so many things actually. So we need to keep the container. That is the first and foremost thing we need to use if you are using Bootstrap. Everything can be under this container and one container only for one page. Entire page only one container you should use. You should not use it multiple times container. You have to use one container. Inside you do whatever you want. It will work. That is how it should be. Any questions as of now? Now that's what about the containers. Now we'll go for the form controls because the customization will always start from the form controls only. And if you are able to see that there were so many form controls already given with so many things which is built up already. So this kind of this kind of screen, if you wanted to build it, you'll have to spend so much time and effort, but you don't want to do it if you use Bootstrap. It's already having some boilerplate source code. You can just copy paste and then change whatever you want. Little bit changes is enough to modify. So that is how we should do. Generally, we just take this for now. I just copy it, paste it over there, save it, and let me run. You see that what happened? Background will remove, okay? See, so you got the email, password, and this kind of thing, okay? Now you need to understand, you need to be little bit of understanding this particular thing. I want it to be like a little bit of less size now. Then you need to, what you can do, you have to have you can put this into the layout card so that it will be reduced and you can change the whatever you want, like you wanted to change the name here. I don't want like a password. I wanted to change like a, see, this is a password box they given. I wanted to make it as a text box and I wanted to make it as a name, something like whatever you wanted to think about it, you can do it. Let us do it that one. Let me just type, we make it as a text because I want text box. I wanted to make it as enter your name like that and save it and just go there and refresh. You can able to see that, enter your name and this thing will be as it is. Now I wanted to put into the little bit of lesser uh, card, so I can go to the somewhere in the other components. I can search for the component. I can go to the cards or I can go to anywhere I want. This is the card actually. There might be multiple card sizes and where you wanted to keep that. You can, that's up to you actually. So see this. This is kind of a card, right? Custom card. I got it there. So I just copy the particular card and let me just put it somewhere in the container, the top. and save it, and let me go to the browser and refresh it. I can see the card. I see the card over there. I want this stuff to go there, then, right? So then I can just take this particular thing, and where it is. You always see that I can able to format, so that this format will be help us to understand where is the card. It is the card, and this is the thing which I just copied. There are multiple things I can copy, right? So I just copied that individual part, and then I can put it inside this card body. Okay. So whenever I keep it in the card body, I can able to see that has been automatically fit into this. You understand, guys? So now I want the I don't want read only. This is read only and this is normal. See, I just remove the read only so that it will become a both text boxes. Is that saved? It is saved only, correct? See, I have a read only, and I don't want, this is read only, correct? I just removed it. I'm saving it. I go to the browser. I don't know why it's not good. Anyway, so like that, I can able to check that any other thing can be able to see. If you see there, because this particular form control is having plain text. So the plain text is something like that. That normal text, it's not a control. Like that, it wanted to, this wanted to show like that. Okay. That's why they applied the class called form control plain text. So all these things are the most important stuff you need to understand, because tomorrow there will be a requirement. One thing is edited and completed editing means you need to make it as a plain text. Once editing is completed, you need to show as a plain text. Then what you will do? Simply, you can just apply this plain text class form control plain text will become a plain text. Plain text means currently this is plain text. This is text box. Text box only become plain text if you apply that plain text. That means what? By seeing the classes, you have to realize actually. See here, if I apply the plain text, automatically this one also become plain text. See, so if something is there here, that will become a plain text. Nothing is there currently, so it is not showing anything. Guys, are you getting? So like that, you need to be very understandable here by reading the classes, and it will be very meaningful if you understand it. Okay. And you can dynamically change it, because we know that how to change the dynamically. I'm going to show you that how we just do the dynamic thing. See that I removed the plain text. I made it as a normal form control so that it become a normal form. So like that, the forms you can able to build up, like you can able to copy and paste. This is the form row, right? One of the control row. You can apply for any number of times and it will keep on increases. This is that. So like that. This is how you build up the form based on your requirement. So your requirement will have multiple details and need to be taken. So then you need to understand that you need to get the particular thing and understand the structure of the bootstrap and keep on adding it and change according to your form. That is what is nothing but customization. As of now, any questions? Guys, any questions? Okay. Now, so like that, you need to be understand the particular cards. You will have a carousels. Everything can be customized. Carousel means like that slider. If you wanted to keep it on top of your thing, then you can just copy the particular thing and go to your browser, but within the container, guys. I did not leave left the container. Container is still there, and you just apply, keep on apply your website. Your website become a meaningful website, and see the images. We need images, I told you, correct? So if the images needed the image, you need to have the image. Otherwise, it will be like that. So put some image, whatever is there with you currently. You are getting it or not? All you need is you should understand that and change accordingly. You should not change the structure of it. You can change the. I don't have multiple images. I just keep the same image. Okay, but you can put your images over there. Whatever the image you wanted to put it there in this carousel, and you change that images accordingly. It will work. Are you getting, guys? Now, if you see that it got bigger image here, sizes can be reduced, but see that carousel is working because the image size is very big. That's why the image size was actually coming like that. You can able to anyway control it with the image width and all. You can put it now automatically. It will be controlled. Width is 100% given. Width 100. Are you getting, guys? So all these things were there in the Bootstrap itself because you wanted to change the width, you wanted to change the height, you wanted to change the padding, you wanted to change anything. You can do it generally like this. When you are inspect and you can apply the width like 20%. I don't know. See that the width is actually 20% as overridden. You can make important to make the preference. I don't know which carousel is taken this one, but yes, you can able to change like this. And also you can apply the margins, paddings and everything with your CSS property, right? But that is not recommended. While you are using the Bootstrap guys only given the class names like W100, P1, like padding left 20 pixel one, PL20, like that they given. So all the things has been explained, guys, in the Bootstrap documentation. So if you go and check with the padding and all, you can able to understand margins, paddings, and everything. Bootstrap guys are provided differently. That only is recommended to use it. Are you getting, guys? Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this session, please comment and share this video. If you don't want to miss my upcoming videos, please subscribe to the channel.